Have you ever wondered what it would be like to hold all the knowledge of the ancient world in one place? Imagine a library so vast, so legendary, that its very name evokes a sense of awe and profound loss. This is the story of the Library of Alexandria, a beacon of human intellect that shone brightly for centuries before being extinguished, leaving behind one of history's greatest mysteries. What treasures did it hold? And what did humanity lose when its scrolls turned to ash? Our story begins in the 3rd century BCE, in the bustling cosmopolitan city of Alexandria, Egypt. Founded by Alexander the Great, this city quickly became the intellectual heart of the Hellenistic world. It was here, under the rule of the Ptolemaic dynasty, that a grand vision was born: to create a repository for all human knowledge. This wasn't just a building, it was the Mausion, an ancient university, and at its core was the Great Library. It was more than a collection of books. It was a testament to human ambition, a quest to understand everything. The sheer scale of the library is hard to comprehend. It's said to have housed up to 700,000 papyrus scrolls. To amass such a collection, agents were sent across the known world to purchase texts. A famous story claims that every ship docking in Alexandria's harbor was searched. Any books found were seized, meticulously copied by scribes, and the copies were returned to the owners while the originals were added to the library's collection. Think about that. A state-sponsored mission to preserve and centralize every piece of written knowledge. Inside its walls were works on philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, poetry, and history. We're talking about texts that could have offered us a window into lost civilizations, forgotten scientific principles, and philosophical debates that have since been silenced. This was the intellectual home to some of the greatest minds of antiquity. Eratosthenes, the brilliant librarian who calculated the circumference of the earth with astonishing accuracy, worked here. So did Euclid, whose Elements laid the foundation for geometry as we know it, and Hero of Alexandria, a genius inventor who created early steam-powered devices and automatons. Imagine the collaborations, the debates, the sheer creative energy that must have filled those halls. It was a place where different fields of study weren't isolated, but interconnected, allowing for unprecedented leaps in understanding. But as with all great legends, this one has a tragic ending. How did this magnificent institution disappear? The most popular story blames Julius Caesar. During his siege of Alexandria in 48 BCE, a fire he set to destroy enemy ships allegedly spread to the docks and consumed warehouses where scrolls were stored. This might have been the first major blow. However, the story isn't that simple. Many historians believe the library's demise was not a single event, but a slow, agonizing decline over centuries. Later, Roman emperors, like Aurelian, waged wars in Alexandria that likely damaged the library. Then came periods of religious upheaval. In the 4th century CE, Theophilus, the bishop of Alexandria, ordered the destruction of pagan temples, and the Serapeum, a sister library, or daughter library, was razed. Some accounts even suggest the final destruction came during the Muslim conquest in the 7th century, though many scholars now dispute this. The truth is likely a combination of factors: fire, war, budget cuts, neglect, and ideological purges. The flame of knowledge didn't go out in a single gust of wind. It flickered and faded over generations. So, the question that haunts us is, what was actually lost? This is where imagination runs wild, but it's grounded in real possibilities. We know we lost the complete works of countless poets and playwrights, known to us now only by name. We lost vast historical accounts, including a comprehensive history of the world written by a Babylonian priest named Berossus. Imagine having detailed records from civilizations that are now just footnotes in our textbooks. Beyond literature, think of the science. Medical texts detailing surgical procedures or herbal remedies that we've had to rediscover. Mathematical treatises that might have contained concepts we didn't grasp until centuries later. Astronomical charts that could have confirmed if ancient thinkers knew the Earth revolved around the sun long before Copernicus. Some speculate about lost engineering marvels, blueprints for machines that could have accelerated the Industrial Revolution by 1,000 years. Every lost scroll represents a dead end in our collective family tree of knowledge. The library wasn't just a dusty archive, it was a center for innovation. Scholars there developed advanced methods for preserving scrolls, treating them with cedar oil to ward off insects. They created the first known systems for cataloging and indexing, laying the groundwork for how libraries are organized today. It was a place of active research and fierce debate, a true intellectual ecosystem. And what made it so special was its location. Alexandria was a crossroads, connecting Europe, Africa, and Asia. The library was a melting pot of ideas. Greek philosophy met Egyptian mysticism. Babylonian astronomy mingled with Indian mathematics. This wasn't just a collection of Greek knowledge, it was a global hub. In many ways, the Library of Alexandria was the ancient world's internet, a centralized network where information from across the globe was gathered, shared, and built upon. The legacy of the library, however, didn't completely vanish. Many of its scholars' works survived in fragments or through copies made elsewhere. This knowledge flowed into the Roman, Byzantine, and Islamic worlds, planting the seeds for future golden ages of science and philosophy. The spirit of the library, the relentless pursuit of knowledge, endured even after its walls crumbled. Today, if you visit Alexandria, you will find a stunning modern building rising near the shore, the Bibliotheca Alexandrina. Inaugurated in 2002, it's a magnificent tribute to its ancient predecessor. It's more than just a library. It's a cultural center, a museum, and a planetarium, built to reclaim that ancient dream of a universal center for learning. It stands as a powerful reminder that knowledge is precious and fragile. Scrolls can burn, hard drives can fail, and entire civilizations can forget. The story of the Library of Alexandria is ultimately a cautionary tale. In our digital age, we feel like information is permanent and infinite. But is it? Data can be corrupted, platforms can disappear, and access can be restricted. The library teaches us that preserving knowledge is an active, ongoing responsibility. We must not only safeguard what we know, but also continue to foster the curiosity and spirit of inquiry that built the great library in the first place. The Library of Alexandria was humanity's audacious attempt to capture infinity, to hold the sum of all understanding within its walls. Its loss is a scar on the soul of our civilization, a ghost that whispers of what could have been. But its legend inspires us to keep seeking, keep sharing, and to never, ever take knowledge for granted. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this journey into the past as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from history. See you next time.